pressure today. It's such a stressful life, you know, because, you know, what the media tells them how to look and to be, and they have to be constantly connected and have to, you know, do everything the same as the boys but looking good and fabulous at the same time, you know. It's really stressful for them. So getting them together with other women and hearing the older women's stories about their lives and it actually making it real and what real women go through rather than what Paris Hilton or, you know, what any of the celebrities are doing, which, you know, is not really a real life, and they're victims of it as well, you know, as I believe. So,
Chantelle, if you were to name the one or maybe two things that you really got out of it, what would they be?
I think I learnt to, like, control myself and appreciate all the people around me, like my friends and my mum and my stepdad and my dad. So yeah, I think I gained that. That was probably the main thing.
Self-control.
Yeah, and yeah, I can understand people better. I can, like, appreciate them more. And yeah, and from it, my relationships with my friends and my parents have, like, really developed. Like, I've got a huge friends group now, and by the way, can I just say happy birthday to my friend Lucy?
No.
None of that.
Good for you. And what did you get out of it, KylieAnn?
I got so much. It was not only Rite of Passage for Chantelle, it was for me as well.
You're a bit teary too, aren't you?
It was. Yeah. It was just one of the best things I've ever done with Chantelle, and it's gotten to. I can really enjoy her now as a person, and we have a relationship, and it's just wonderful.
But how does that happen in 5 days? I mean, that's extraordinary, isn't it?
Well,
to think obviously you have specialised people that are leading these discussions and so on, but it's extraordinary to think that if you bother to take 5 days out for the two of you, that such a change can happen.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, we do have very skilled facilitators, but it's also, I think, the environment of being in a natural environment. I mean, I think you said camping. We don't actually camp. The men and the boys camp, but we actually do actually have cabins for the mothers and the daughters, and bathrooms, which is
bathrooms.
Girls, come on, we like camping only. All right.
A little bit of comfort, yes. So, but you know, getting women and girls together in an environment where I think we're also modelling, you know, what it is to be a woman and how to speak honestly and authentically, then the girls actually really relax. You know, a lot of them come and do this, you know, whatever, I don't want to be here, mum's told me to be here, and that's really common, you know. And we actually want the girls to be feisty, and we want girls to be questioning. So, you know,
it's not about breaking spirit.
It's not about breaking spirit at all. In fact, to foster that and to respect their opinions, and that's what actually gets the girls on board. And we use a lot of combinations of games and art and drama and singing, and you know, it's certainly not a chalk and talk fest, you know. And hearing the stories from the girls and from the mums, and that's what makes the difference.
Interesting that Chantelle, you said that it's changed your relationships with your friends. I mean, you said you've got far more friends now. What changed there? Why do you think that is?
I've learned to respect and appreciate, like, their opinions and them. I've learnt to appreciate them. So I really gained a lot in learning those
And it's
skills.
helped you with the pressures in life. I mean, as we've discussed now, I mean, there are great pressures at that time of your life. Where do you think the pressures are coming from?
The media.
Seriously,
peer pressure. Yeah. The young girls have a really lot of expectations, and then you see in the media and, like, in video hits all how you're meant to be, but...
Yeah, and it's all just make-believe, isn't it? I was really interested reading about the program because it says here the program combats the risk of poor body image and eating disorders, alcohol and drug abuse and inappropriate sexual activity. I mean, there must be lots and lots of walls broken down just even talking about that stuff.
Yeah, because I think we offer an opportunity for the mothers and the girls to talk about that in a really safe, real environment, you know, so...
What do you mean by safe and real?
Well, I think that's where we build up the trust with the girls right from, you know, day one, that, you know, we invite them in, we respect their opinions, you know, it's not about us telling them what to do.
Great.
And,
that's really one of the skills that I learnt. Before Pathways, I didn't have a way of talking to Chantelle about sex, about periods, about any of the issues that she was coming up, and I felt really unskilled, unable to, and you know, how do I do this? But going to Pathways, I really learnt a language and how to talk about it and talk in the I in a way where I wasn't putting anything on Chantelle.
Yeah.
But I was just talking of my own experiences. And now Chantelle can come and ask me any question, and she's getting the answer from me, not her friends.
Yeah.
And some of the questions are quite interesting. And but I'd much rather that we have that open dialogue than she learn that from other people who don't care
and
about
to have the confidence in her mother and the respect in her mother, sorry to talk about you like you're not here, Chantelle, but to be able to ask your mum these things, I think that's really great.
God, the sky's the limit, really, isn't it? You've done the manhood one, you've done the womanhood one. I mean, you could go on, couldn't you? You could get the lot together, and there's so many things to discuss. And we're all struggling for ways to deal with it, aren't we?
Yeah, and I think, you know, communication is the key. And because we haven't been taught, I suppose, our generation, of how to do it, you know, because our mums and dads often, I mean, this wasn't done for me.
Yes.
And so I've sort of fumbled through and, you know, with my kids and finding a place where we actually feel identifying with the other women and that you can learn from them because, you know, we don't know how to do it. So learning from each other so that we can then pass that on to our daughters, I think is one of the gifts that we can give them.
I'm just frustrated I've got to wait another 8 years before I can get my girls into it too.
Oh, we've got some young programs coming up, so they're in the pipeline.
No,
So
I'd like to do it with my daughter.
Yeah,
seriously,
well,
as a dad, I would like to be able to do something like that with my daughter.
Yeah.
But you can't share experiences about periods.
No, I can't, but there must be other issues.
Yeah,
you know?
the fathers are involved. You know, we ask the fathers to write a letter to their daughter and to say goodbye to her in a special way and to welcome her back as a young woman, similar to how the mothers are involved in the boys' program. So the fathers are very much involved, even though they don't actually go on the program. So, yeah, it's a great acknowledgement.
Oh, gosh, imagine writing that letter.
The accommodation sounds a whole lot better on the womanhood. Look, you've got some others coming up too, haven't you?
We have in Kangaroo Valley at the end of September and on the Gold Coast, Tambourine Mountain, beginning of November this
Beautiful.
year.
So one in New South Wales and one in Queensland. Brilliant.
Look,
lovely to meet you, ladies.
Good on you. Thank you for your time this morning.
Thank you.
What a
It's
wonderful
been a
thing
pleasure to be on. Thank you.
All right, after the break, Men's Day in the 9 a.m. kitchen.